Guys, what is going on? It's that time again. Yes, this is Greasy Gamer 69 with another review. Dude, I'm trying out a new name. Let me know what you think. Guys, I just got done seeing Demon Slayer Infinity Castle with my fiance, who has only watched about like 3 episodes of Demon Slayer. So I'm gonna give you my opinion. Should you go out and see this, or should you wait for it to be on Crunchyroll? We'll go over all that stuff. I'm not gonna get into, okay, no, I am going to get into spoilers. Let's make that very clear. I'm not gonna go in depth though. I'm gonna go over the very basic stuff, all right? And I know what you're thinking. Why'd you call yourself Greasy? Because who boy, the people, so I experienced this when I went to go see the Hatsune Miku movie as well. A lot of, okay, this is nothing against the people that go to see these movies. However, I can always tell when it's gonna be a wild ride. When I walk in and there's cosplayers, and hey, cosplayers are cool, but the weird ones, right, are the ones that like, you could tell that they wear it more than just like today. They wear it like once a week, twice a week, and it has been washed in several months, because this theater stank, bro. Bro, this theater smelled like piss. Like, holy cow. Also, you know, while I'm ragging on the fans a little bit, I don't quite understand at all what the deal is with anime fans laughing at everything. Like, for example, in the Hatsune Miku movie, one random character would be like, I don't want to go. And then there'd be some guy behind me, And during this one, like, someone just dies and it's really sad. And then 2 seconds later, they make the movie makes a joke where it's like, we gotta run. And then they have like little chibi eyes. And there's like people in the back, whoa. It's like, bro, it ain't that funny. Like, oh my word. That's the thing with, the one thing I don't like about Demon Slayer is probably the humor. I like the action. I like the violence, you know? I like how fast paced it gets. So when they have that little cringy Disney Junior chibi thing at the end of each episode, I don't watch that crap. But the people that are going, are definitely the people that watch that and go, so cute, so cute. Okay, guys, I've been rambling on for too many minutes now. What did I think about this movie? This is a very good movie. I quite enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, it's what you come to expect. If you're watching this, you've seen Demon Slayer, right? I can't imagine someone watching this review going, I've never heard of Demon Slayer. I'm gonna watch this. So the thing is, if you like Demon Slayer, you're gonna like the movie. I do have some negatives though. I'm not gonna slob on the knob the whole time. For those of you guys that don't know, this is a part 1 of sorts. This is an Infinity War to Endgame, if you will. So when I went in, I did not know that. So I was thinking that like, oh, this pacing is very slow. But you got to keep in mind, this is a 2.5-hour film. Incorrect. This is 5 episodes of an anime. So when they spend 30 minutes on a backstory, it's not, oh, they're taking too long on the pacing. It's, oh, well, that was just one anime episode. But yeah, we'll get to all that stuff. But yeah, like I said, I have my negatives with it, but story points that we're gonna go over. So obviously we have all of our main Demon Slayers. They got sent to the Infinity Castle. Muzan, our boy, he's like, I'm gonna take all these bitches out right now. And then he decides to hide, which was a little weird. Like, he brings them all down into the Infinity Castle. He's like, I'm gonna beat you all at once. And then he decides to like hide, which is a little bit like, oh, all right. We see him get into like this big heart thing that looks really cool. So that's kind of fun. And yeah, we have all of the upper rank demons. We do not see all of them in this film. We only see, I think 4, maybe 5. and we only really fight 3 of them. So we fight upper rank demon 2, 3, and 5. Okay, so we're gonna start off with demon fight 2. Demon 2 is the first fight. All right, so this is Shinobu. So she, again, spoilers, guys. 3, 2, 1. Shinobu dies. Shinobu dies going up against Doma. And then after she dies, her student Kanao takes over. I'm horrible with these names. I'm sorry. But yeah, so how did her fight go? Guys, this fight I did not like. So let me give you a little side example of this right before I get into the point. Dragon Ball GT. Goku has a fight against Super Android 17, and Goku is firing chi blasts at Super Android 17. And Goku discovers halfway through the fight, oh, this isn't working. So what does he do? Well, if you said he keeps blasting, not changing up his strategy whatsoever, well, you'd be correct. Now, in this fight, now how does that relate? Shinobu against Doma. So Shinobu's whole thing is she's big with poison. She stabs someone. Oh, oops, I poisoned you. She stabs Koma, poisons him, and then he immediately heals from it. He stabilizes his blood, no more poison. So, and she does it like 2 more times. She's like, oh, poison? Oh, no, poison is not effective. So what does she do? For a half hour, she keeps doing that. So it's like she's exhausted. Her lung is punctured. Her ribs are broken. She's like, I got one final move. And then she tries to poison him again. It's like, dude, to me, I think that's just a writing thing. Like, I don't understand. Because yeah, there was one point where, because the whole way that you kill a demon is you gotta cut off their head from like the neck, right? That's the only way they can die. Either that or sunrise. But that's not an option in the Infinity Castle. There is no sun, pretty much. So she's like, I'm gonna keep poisoning him, but he keeps he's letting her know it's not working. She tries each different kind of poison she has, still doesn't work. Yet for the final move, the big finale move, she goes in for a poison shot. What? It's like, come on, what the hell? Yeah, and then she dies, but it's not even, I don't know. There was one dude behind me who was like, oh no. He was crying audibly. And I was like, okay, all right, buddy, all right. You know, I hate stuff like that. There's better ways of doing it. If there was a final moment where she was like, I can't use poison, she's given up all hope, but I'll go in for something that isn't poison for my final shot, then it would have been a little bit more like, yo, she tried. But no, she's just ignorant the whole time. Anyways, the next fight against Demon, it's either Demon 5 or Demon 6. From research it said 6, but I thought it was 5. Anyway, this is Zenitsu versus Kaigaku, who are both students of Jigoro. So basically Jigoro was their sensei. Both Kaigaku and Zenitsu, I'm sorry about my pronunciations, by the way. They were both being trained to be like lightning breathers. They were going to be the big cojones. And then Kaigaku went and he turned into a gosh dang old demon. And we get a little bit of a backstory here. I forgot to mention. So the first one for Doma. So he has a backstory, and the backstory is kind of lame. It's basically like, if you've watched Demon Slayer, which, I mean, you have if you're watching this, you know Demon Slayer is known for their tragic backstories. What's the reason they became a demon? Is it something incredibly sad? For this one, no. It's just he had very colorful eyes. So his parents were like, you are God. And then people started like worshiping him. And then he just got a big ego. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. So it's just like, I'm not really feeling that. That, and yes, I did watch the English dub version. I know. But I will say, I do think the Japanese voices are better. This is just what was available to watch in my area. And I forget his name. It's the guy who does the English voice for Deku in My Hero. He does not fit as this character at all. He just sounds like Deku when he's like really he's just Deku, but a little higher pitched. So it's like, wow, you've come here and I'm gonna eat you. Oh, wow. He has like a moan to his voice. I'm like, bro. But yeah, anyway, going back to my boy Kaigaku. He has a little bit of a backstory, but again, it's just very simple. It's just, you know, people are like, huh, Kaigaku's a bitch because he doesn't know the first breathing form, but Zenitsu does. And then Zenitsu stands up for him, and then eventually Kaigaku is just like, nah, I'm gonna be a demon. And then he does. And then Zenitsu beats him in like one shot with a move that he made up. Again, the action is god tier, and same with Demon 2's fight, right? Action is absolutely phenomenal. The animation, so incredible, dude. Like, gotta give props. One thing I crapped on Mugen Train for, again, phenomenal film, is the CGI. Like the train, there's a part where they're running on it, and then it like coils up into a flesh snake, and it just looks bad. But this one, there's not a single moment where I thought the CGI looked bad. I thought it all looked really good. It is used to enhance scenes. It's not there because it's like, oh, this is cheaper. I mean, maybe it was, but it looked good. So, yeah, I mean, that's about it for Demon 2 and Demon 6. I'm just going to say 6. Yeah, they're very quick. They're kind of intermittent here and there because the first, like, hour and a half of this film is a lot of jumping back and forth between all the different Demon Slayers, what they're doing. And then we get into the big finale fight. So we have Akaza versus Tanjiro and Giyu. Or Gyo, I forget how you pronounce it. But if you guys, again, speaking of Mugen Train, Akaza is the main guy who killed Rengoku in that one. So this was the one I was pumped to see. This is the one that was on the poster. And dude, this one pays off. Backstory, phenomenal. Channing Tatum plays Akaza's like adoptive father pretty much. And it's like insane how good he is at voice acting. I don't think I've ever heard him voice act before. I don't think. But yeah, no, everything about this fight was amazing. Tanjiro goes Ultra Instinct for a bit, and that's how he ends up beating him. And one thing I could see people complaining about is they do a lot of anime explaining. So if you have ever watched anime, and you get to the point where the good guy or the bad guy is like, yes, I will defeat him using this move, but how will this work? I see. If I do that move, but then he will do that move. And then maybe if he does this move, maybe I could do that move. Wait a minute. Thinking back to my childhood, if you don't like that kind of stuff, you will not like this movie. You won't like Demon Slayer. Because the whole thing in Demon Slayer, it's very explanatory, if that's a word. They explain a lot. So every single moment where, you know, if Tanjiro gets hit or if he's about to get hit, it kind of pauses and he's like, oh shit, I'm about to get hit. Oh, I dodge it. How'd I dodge it? You know, stuff like that. But it's done well. It's done really well. And as for the backstory, Akaza's backstory, oh man, it's so good. It's not perfect. There's one part where, so Akaza, he grows up, his dad's really sick, he's taking care of his dad, but he has to get medicine for his dad, so he ends up stealing money to get the medicine. But he's punished every time that he steals, but he's like, it's worth it because it's to heal my dad. Then the dad kills himself. It's like, out of the blue. It's like, my boy got caught stealing like 6 times, and on the 6th time, the dad was just like, you know what? Cut it. It's like he kills himself because his son got caught stealing. Just like, holy cow, damn, what the hell, dude? Other than that, because that was a little silly, but aside from that, everything else is phenomenal. It shows him getting adopted by Channing Tatum into his dojo, and this woman that he falls in love with, and then essentially this rival dojo like poisons the well, killing everyone at the dojo except for Akaza. And then he goes over and just starts murdering everyone, and it is satisfying, dude. Oh man, in the finale of the actual fight itself, how they beat him, Akaza's battle within himself, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, that alone gets a 10 out of 10. But that is about it for the story. It kind of just ends there. We see Muzan in the heart thing that I mentioned at the beginning. And then we see Demon 4 alive, and they're kind of mixing up the Infinity Castle. Demon 2 is still alive. They're about to fight Kanao. And we got a couple others. And yeah, it was really cool. Now, I do have a couple other points here. Okay, my few remaining positives. So most of the English dub was good. Yeah, I kind of already brushed up on that. Like Channing Tatum, amazing. The guy who also does Deku in My Hero, no, that didn't work. Absolutely not. And other than that, I mean, Demon 5 or 6, sorry, the one that fights Zenitsu, very satisfying story-wise, but the fight ends very quickly. Yeah, that one does end really quickly. And now on to my final negatives. So again, guys, this is a 2.5-hour film. You will feel the length. As much as I loved the film, there were definitely a few moments where I was like, holy cow, what time is it? And the big thing is that it's, again, they're made like anime episodes. It's not really made like a movie. Like, you could definitely chop this up into 30-minute pieces and it would still feel normal. Like, they even have like the blackouts, like an episode's ending, which I found a little weird. But, and like, it's fine, but yeah, it's just a little odd. And I think that's what made it feel long, because each little mini episode in the movie has a beginning, a climax, and an end, and then it copies and repeats 5 times. Not bad. It does a good job with it. But after the 4th climax, I was like I wasn't looking at my phone, but I was thinking about looking at my phone, because I was like, hot damn, I've been here for a while. All right. But yeah, let's see. That's actually about it. Yeah, guys, so I'm going to give this a super incredibly solid 8. I think we give it an 8 out of 10. I think that once the second part comes out and we have it all together, I could see this going up to a 9. I don't know about a 10. I really enjoyed it, but there are just too many little things holding it back. But yeah, I think a super solid, an 8 is very solid for now. It's an incredibly good film. If you're a fan, you're going to watch it. All right, that's about it for that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. See ya.